Tonight on 60 Minutes. They're the Kiwi siblings who've made it in one of the world's most cutthroat businesses.
I guess when you don't know what you don't know, then it doesn't seem like such a big risk.
ZURU Toys is the rising star of the toy industry, with thousands of staff, millions of dollars in revenue, and they're only just getting started.
Just to be
better year on end.
And to beat our competitors, to win.
No croc is too big or too mean for the crocodile wrangler, Matt Wright.
You couldn't have picked a more dangerous animal. It's prehistoric. It knows how to survive. It knows how to kill. Well, you just stay out of the kill zone.
Now this modern-day Crocodile Dundee is helping small communities protect themselves from these killer reptiles.
Oh, get on top of that gate! Close that gate! Quick! Watch your foot! Go, watch your foot!
Yeah, mate. Are you all right? I'm watching you.
He's a good animal.
Kia ora, good evening. Here at 60 Minutes, we love a good Kiwi success story, and this is certainly that. Just over a decade ago, the Waikato-born Mowbray siblings had an idea to take their homegrown toy manufacturing business off the family farm and relocate it to China. They arrived in this most foreign of countries with no money and no idea, but a whole lot of ambition. 12 years on, and ZURU Toys is the fastest growing toy company on the planet, responsible for some of the world's biggest selling toys. And with thousands of employees and millions of dollars in the bank, it seems anything is possible. Hong Kong is home to more millionaires than almost any other city in the world. Among them, these young New Zealanders who've made it in one of the toughest, most competitive and cutthroat industries out there, toys.
It's a hugely complex business because you're going right from getting the right concept through to basically commercialising that. So every product has lots of parts and design and creative, and then you've got to tool that product, and then you've got to create the TV commercials, the PR plans, the distribution plans globally on a global scale. We're talking 90 countries. So, and then you've got to manufacture it, then you've got to schedule it. And so to do that whole process and nail it 100% and try and nail it, 9 times out of 10, that's the difference between success and failure.
The company is ZURU Toys, founded by siblings Matt, Anna and Nick Mowbray. Each has their own area of expertise. Anna looks after the finances and operations. Nick is the charismatic frontman, leading sales and marketing. Matt, who prefers to stay behind the scenes, drives product innovation and invention. And what began as an after-school enterprise is now a global empire worth more than $200 million.
It's fun competing with the big toy companies, with these, these $5, $6, $7, $8 billion turnover companies.
And at the stage
to compete with
right
them
now,
and to be as good as them in terms of a product line point of view.
It's huge competition.
Exciting.
Like, we're definitely on the radar for these big guys, and we're the next up-and-coming toy company in the industry. So
yeah, I'd say we're probably
exciting.
the fastest growing toy co in the world. So.
With offices around the world and thousands of employees in their Chinese factories, it's about as far as it's possible to get from their humble beginnings. A shed on the family farm.
So we used to make like the little kit set hot air balloons, and then we used to sell them door to door, sell them at festivals, at the Hot Air Balloon Festival in Hamilton. So
that was the starting point, actually.
I guess, yeah, you could say we stumbled into it more than anything.
The hot air balloons were a hit, but the trio soon realised that to make real money, they needed to make them cheaper and faster, and that meant heading offshore. That is quite a massive leap, though, to go from making kit set hot air balloons in your garage to actually moving to China and attempting to begin your own toy company.
Yeah, no question. I guess when you don't know what you don't know, then it doesn't seem like such a big risk. To go and attempt it, right?
It was all about economical viability as well. So making these kit sets out of New Zealand using New Zealand labour was becoming quite expensive, and actually figuring out a way to have those margins actually achievable to hit retail price points outside of New Zealand.
So was there a bigger vision? Was there a bigger picture?
I guess there was always a big picture, right? Like the big picture was always to, at that point, was to build a toy company. It was literally to go to China and to set up. But I guess at that point we had absolutely no idea what we were doing. We had no idea how distribution channels worked. We had no idea how manufacturing worked.
Nick and Matt arrived in China in 2003 with little more than a dream and some cash borrowed from their parents.
We got off the plane in Hong Kong and there was a hotel at the airport. We thought, we'll maybe go and have a look how much the hotel cost. And of course, we didn't understand how expensive Hong Kong was. We'd sort of been researching China a lot. And we thought, wow, that's way too expensive just to have a hotel tonight. So we were like, well, we can't afford that. So where should we stay? And then we were looking sort of in the airport, and it was all those bright fluoro lights. And we thought, we can't really sleep in here. So we went outside the airport, and we found some bushes, and we thought, this will do. So we sort of put down our stuff, got into the bushes, lay down sleeping, and then we just got completely attacked by mosquitoes all night. And I was like, this isn't very much fun.
It wasn't long before sister Anna got the call to come and join them.
And I still remember the first time I turned up in China. Matt said, you know, you're going to sleep in this bedroom, and I was like, great, I'll have a shower. And I remember him taking me downstairs, and there was a shower that the workers was over top of the toilet that all the workers used, and it was this tiny little room that you could barely stand up in. And I still remember that first night just thinking, this is going to be an adventure. Yeah. Get ready, strap in.
Did you ever have a point that you thought, you know what, this is just a bit too hard, this might not work out?
Never. Did you?
I never thought it never would work out, but I remember a point there when we were in multiple lawsuits, and I remember we all sat down and we said, you know, we have to work out how to make this business work, and we have to work out how we can make profit and money every single month. And I think that was about 8 years ago, and we've never had an unprofitable month since.
As siblings, how much do you think you sort of relied on each other and kept each other going?
Absolutely, we put on tons of pressure on each other. I think that's like probably part of the formula to our success, right? Is that there's sort of that. There's no personal side.
But we're very supporting as well. So we put a lot of pressure on each other in our different areas of the business that we kind of focus on. But at the same time, we support within that. So we're very good at, I guess, bouncing ideas off each other and coming up with the best way to move forward.
Some people would call it arguing. We argue out a lot.
Despite their differences, they work together like a well-oiled machine. It was Matt who developed the small robotic fish, which overnight propelled ZURU into a whole new league.
RoboFish swim anywhere, so real you'll be amazed. RoboFish.
RoboFish was the biggest selling toy of 2013. To date, more than 30 million have been sold worldwide. RoboFish must have represented a real turning point for the business.
100%. That like really catapulted us because it allowed us to. We were already in most major retailers, but it really put us on the map because it was so high profile.
Solidified our business with them as well. It helped to build our reputation with those high profile accounts. And not only that, but also financially it really helped us, and it gave us confidence as well in our abilities to turn around products and really hit that mass market appeal.
And I guess it propelled us to, really, I mean, in terms of revenue, it propelled us over $100 million US in revenue a year. So it really took us, I guess, to that point where we were really a player in the industry rather than a bit part player.
ZURU's corporate and sales team are based in Hong Kong. The Chinese offices in Shenzhen and Guangzhou are a hub of innovation, attracting some of the brightest talent China has to offer.
Originally we were in China for the manufacturing, but then because we were on the ground there, it became, hey, China's getting all this talent. It's all developing. China's developing. Kind of like Japan did in the 80s. It used to just manufacture, and then Japan sort of became a high-end, innovator. And we sort of saw that China was going to become the same. All our competitors are designing and engineering products in the Western world, where it's a lot more expensive. So our speed to market and cost to get to market is a lot less than our competitors. And that's a huge advantage.
Coco Chan was ZURU's first Chinese employee. What did you think of them the first time you met them? Did you think, who are these three crazy Kiwis, New Zealanders, who think they can come to China and set up a toy company?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They have the very bold mind, I think. They're very brave, and they don't fear of any problems or difficulties during the time. They're very determined. It's like there's so many goals in their minds. They want to be the first in the world in the toy industry.
Coco says ZURU has become a highly sought-after place to work by some of China's most talented graduates.
In China, a lot of Chinese companies or even like a foreign invested company, they don't have the opportunity to express their minds or do any creative stuff. In our company, we have the platform for you to actually think for new ideas. We believe in Chinese talents. They have the talents to actually create new stuff.
Harnessing and retaining the best local talent is key to ZURU's success. The Mowbrays have a reputation for treating their staff well, providing daily meals and regular team-building days.
We've got a lot of Chinese that are becoming like Kiwis because they've been around us so long. They're like Chinese Kiwis, so.
And we're probably becoming a little bit Chinese too.
True that, yeah.
It goes both ways.
Still to come, we go inside ZURU's Chinese factories and have a play with Bunch of Balloons, set to become the biggest selling toy of the year.
This is part of us and being really super aggressive and trying to prove to these guys that we can do as good a job as the big companies. We can do a more innovative job as the big companies, and we can turn things around faster.
Making toys is anything but child's play, and Kiwi company ZURU is making millions, producing toys more cheaply and more innovatively than anyone else. It's the culmination of a childhood dream of the Waikato-born Mowbray siblings, self-confessed perfectionists who keep a close eye on every aspect of production. So Nick, this is just one very small part of your production, but I mean the scale is huge.
Yeah, the scale's pretty big. I think we make around 250,000 toys every day. So this production line here on your left is making Robo Turtle. So we're probably making around 25 to 30,000 Robo Turtles every single day. So it's a big scale.
The detail and what's going into each of these is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't really understand is the amount of parts in every single product. You know, all those little parts have to be designed and work properly and fit together. So you can see, for example, this is just part of a Robo Turtle going together, but it has tons of little tiny components inside, and all of this has to get, you know, assembled on one production line.
Their factories scattered through China employ around 10,000 people, a number that's increasing all the time as they expand to meet demand.
One of our new ventures right now is really concentrating more on the automation on the back end of the business. We look at the big picture and think that automation is going to become more and more important in China. And so, for example, we've set up a facility, it's probably 3 football fields in size, but it's right in the hub of what they call Asia's Silicon Valley. So it's beside Huawei, Apple has offices there, Google has offices there, so it's the best talent in China.
And so this is what it's all about, the finished product.
Yeah, absolutely. So finished product coming off the end of the line here. So
Is that quite satisfying to see that?
yeah, it is, you know, it really is. It's there's a lot of work that goes into every single product from start to finish. And so to see it coming off the production lines is, it's what we work hard for, right?
ZURU's latest star performer is this bunch of balloons, currently the fastest selling toy in the US. It claims to fill and tie 100 water balloons in 60 seconds. Let's see if it does what it says on the packet. So you screw the balloons onto the end of a hose nozzle, and then the fun begins. And that's a whole lot of water balloons to throw at people. They beat out competition from the world's biggest toy companies to win the rights to manufacture the water balloons. And it's easily their biggest coup yet. How did 3 Kiwis from this toy company manage to get what's become the hottest toy on the planet?
Yeah, so I guess,
Salesman.
yeah, so I guess part of
Stalking.
yeah, it's
It
kind
may have
of,
been a small part of that.
I guess kind of part of my job is to look out there, right, for what the next trend is, what's going to be hot, how do we jump on that, how do we convince them that, you know, we're the right partner for the job. And so, you know, oftentimes it's about being more aggressive than everyone else and having a different angle.
The product will soon be on sale in 90 countries, with ZURU shipping more than 2.4 billion balloons over the next 12 months.
This is part of us and being really super aggressive and trying to prove to these guys that we can do as good a job as the big companies. We can do a more innovative job as the big companies, and we can turn things around faster.
That aggression has paid off. Today they're in every major retailer in every country in the world, and they say it's just the beginning.
Obviously we want to create great product and create great brands, but ultimately we're in business as well to make money. That's the truth of it, and we're very focused on ROI, on return on investment. How do we drive the business? How do we not only drive growth, but drive profitability? And probably that's what we reflect on every day. What are our ambitions? What are our plans? How do we drive growth and profitability, build brands, and essentially keep kids happy? Create great play experiences for kids.
It seems almost unbelievable if you look back to sleeping outside the airport under bushes to being within the next few years a $500 million company. I mean,
It's a crazy ride.
Yeah.
You actually, like, I don't even think about it, actually.
Yeah, we don't really think
It's
about
not
them.
about money for us. Like, none of it's about money for me, actually. It's about growth. Like, seeing what we've done, seeing the growth in our people, in our team, in our distribution, and our network that we've built, that's where it's really exciting.
And for me, it's about competition. And I see what our
And
competitors do,
looking
and
into-
I like boil inside, like to get to that level, to be better than them, to do a better job.
So that's where Nick's fantastic, is because he just wants to be there and he wants to be there tomorrow. Whereas Matt and I at the back end, we're kind of a little bit more controlled, and we'll just step by step go through the process of making that happen.
ZURU Toys is taking on the big boys and winning. And while they now have time to sit back and enjoy the spoils of their success, there's no sign of them slowing down.
I think it's just to be
Better.
Better.
Year on end.
year on end, continually improve our people, our team, our success, our growth, and to beat our competitors, to win.
Up next, the man with the movie star looks who's going face to face with the crocodiles.
Biggest thing when a big crocodile's coming for you, always make sure you got an exit. Like, you got a tree behind you.
Yeah, good call.
Always look behind you. Hey.